It's now 2015. The doomsday clock is now 3 minutes to midnight. The points that still exist and have increased since 2011. Fukushima is still polluting the ocean, and it has not stopped contained, and the ocean life is getting depleted in large numbers in mass die-outs. War is still ongoing, with threats of new wars are on the verge of happening, including the possible threat of a nuclear war. Pollution in general has increased, including the topic of climate change caused by fossil fuels, with the combustion engine still the dominant engine for transport, with the increase of fracking and oil gas digging in places that were never dug. Decline in fresh water on land masses due to effects of fossil fuels on the climate and weather, affecting precipitation. Whatever fresh water is left is unfortunately being used for fracking. Decline in trees and vegetation, which is the main key and factor to fix and assist the planet to return to balance in oxygen and carbon dioxide content, as well as precipitation. The destruction of rainforests contribute to the problem. Nuclear power and fossil fuel power are still the dominant ways of producing energy. Money still exists in society and still valued even more than before than human life, human well-being, and the planet and its natural resources with austerity and cuts. With austerity, the money is taken away from people to fund war and the destruction of the planet in the form of taxes, more since 2011. People reject to going green because the idea has been monetized for profit and taken over by groups involved in the nuclear and fossil fuel industry. Religious extremism and theism increased by industrial military complex, where people choose an opposition side on the basis of their beliefs, and is funded by the industrial military complex for terrorism and focusing the media on this problem other than fixing the planet. Blaming extraterrestrials out in space for the crimes of the bankers, corporations, governments, and claiming that extraterrestrials are behind it all has increased, including the promotion of the anti-extraterrestrial agenda and fears of invasion by media and the woo-woo of UFO groups and ufologists. Censorship and the enforcement of corporate Puritan culture has increased across certain websites, and copyright censorship, where money has been focused as more than the free availability of data and tools to empower the people to do a positive change. Fascist political ideologies focusing on borders, boundaries, and national security have increased on the general public of this planet, including racism to segregate people and preventing people from freely moving around their planet, making people more national than international citizens. Robotics and drones being focused more on military use, rather than the benefit of humanity to remove work and money from society to implement paradigm and to fix up the planet. Increase in advertising in the media and internet, with the focus of money more than information, keeping people brainwashed and distracted from reality and the issues that need to be covered for a prosperous future. Time is running out. It must never happen that the clock will reach 1 minute to midnight. The time is running out in order to have a prosperous future. If at least one of these issues are completely eradicated, it would increase the time limit, before the estimate extinction date. The time of extinction where it may be impossible to recover the planet alone with its current humanity, with current technology and resources, is 10 years. 10 years left to make changes, else it's almost impossible to bring back the clock.